How are you getting on today, folks? How are you all doing? Welcome back to another video from Courtney Brothers. I might sound a bit flat today because not long back, well, I was back at a stag party the weekend, so a bit drained out, but great weekend, so trying to get back into it again. It's a bank holiday Monday. And on today's video, it's kind of a sad video. We are saying goodbye to our Hitachi Zaxis 130 LCN -1. -1 means, for any of you who don't know, this is the first. It's like -1 was never wrote on any digger or anything like that. Well, it might be on the plate, right, but it's never on a sticker. But that's your models, basically. So -1 was the first of the Zaxis. Back in the 90s, you had the EX. Back in the 90s, up to about 01, I'd say. You had, or 01, 02, you had the EX 120s and 135s, and they were -1. There was -1, -2, -3, and -5. There was no -4. Don't ask me why. Well, not to my knowledge anyway, that there ever was. Maybe in different countries or something. But anyways, this is -1, so it's the first of the Zaxis models. This was new. Zaxis came in, I think, in 02 or 03. They were doing 120s, then they moved up to 130s. So yeah, we have this digger 7 years this month. Have it last week before would have had it 7 years. Brilliant digger, very lucky digger for us. And what do I mean by lucky? We never spent money on it. We never had any issues, trouble, nothing troublesome in it. We just worked well for us, and it kind of was. We had a 5-ton before that, a Zaxis 50 05, and we traded for this. We had that for about a year and a half. But this really was the beginning of the plantar side of the company, because we only were doing small little bits of jobs here and there with the 5-ton. To be honest, it was a bit of a nuisance because it was the wrong size. We had a small digger, 5 tons classed as a small or a mini digger nearly, but we needed a tractor and loader to move around, so we're getting the jobs. Don't get me wrong, at the time it was nice to be getting the work, but we're getting the jobs. It was kind of a half a day's work a day here. You might have a day and you might have to move a couple of places around. You could be digging holes for gate posts and that. You just got small jobs, but that was fine if you had a 3-ton digger and you bring it on a plant trailer behind a Jeep. You'd line up your job beans like that for Saturday and go and do them. But anyways, so yeah, we traded the 5-ton in for this, and what do we ever do with it? I put 2 top rollers on it. I put a lifting ram in it. Well, funny enough, I bought a supposedly fully refurbished lifting ram, this left-hand one, looking from the front. Bought that, a reconditioned one, because that one was weeping. So bought the ram refurbished, give €1,000 or something like that for it, put it in. About 2 days later, the oil was just running out. It was worse than that one. So I got that one polished and new seals. I think it was about €400. It wasn't a lot. And put that one, that's its original one, back in again. So that's that's in perfect shape now. So we've done that. 1 or 2 pipes. We definitely didn't put 5 pipes in it, and 2 of them would have, or 3 of them would have been quick hitch pipes, which would have been notorious enough for going. I did have an issue years ago with the hydraulic pump, but I was the cause of it. These diggers, anyone knows them, your -1s, -3s, 4s, 5s, or there's no 4s, the 5s and all that. Around the 8,000–9,000 hours, you're recommended to do the bearings in the pump. There's like needle roller bearings on the main shaft of the pump, small little bearings. I think it's 2 of them that's in it, 1 in each pump. It's 2 bearings. I cannot think. I actually forget. So I got the bearings. There was no noise out of the pumps or nothing. Everything was perfect. But I said precautionary maintenance, being precautious, I suppose. I said, I'll take the pumps out, do them. So took them out here myself, done them, and put the pump back in. And the bearings we took out actually weren't bad at all. Put it back in and started up under this growl. I was like, maybe it's just airlocked, give it a second. And pump was not right. So I was like, feck. So all back out again. Took it out, realised that I had kind of a shim or a washer, like a cone-shaped washer, like stupidity, because there's two pumps in it, both pumps are the exact same, like, and I knew the workings them whatever way. I had a bit of a issue or a bit of trouble joining it. But anyways, this time I put the washer in the wrong way around. And just like if I had looked at it at all when I was doing it, it was very obvious. Once I opened the pump, I seen. So, but anyways, I damaged the pistons in it and stuff like that. So I took the pump out, or put in brand new set of pistons in it in one of the pumps where it was damaged, and flushed the system, put in brand new hydraulic oil, which I was only after putting in anyways because you could see the brass in it, and put that all back together. And what happened then? Worked, put about 100 hours in it. Next thing, this tapping noise out of the pump. Piston's gone again. I was like, oh Jesus. The new pistons I put in had packed up. One of the head had come off one of them, the others were loose. I was like, damn it anyway. So I went and got different brand, genuine Hitachi ones, and put them in. And it done about 2 days hedge cutting. They went again. I was like, oh jeez. But anyways, long story short, I actually ended up cleaning up my old pistons and putting them back in because the brass was just scuffed a bit in the top of them. Cleaned them up, put them back in. That's definitely it's about 9,000 hours. There's 11,600, about 2,500 hours done since then, and it's perfect. But I might go through that again. Why I think it's just I was putting pistons into a rotor, and I should have put a full new kit so all the steel was the same. Basically, is what I think the problem was. The newer pistons, the steel was soft because you could scrape them with a scriber and you'd sink your nail in it. And the old ones, it was like just real good steel. You were scraping away there with a scriber and you wouldn't put a mark on it. But anyways, I might go through that again some other time. So done all that time. Oh, perfect. It's after getting a service here now. Service, didn't change the hydraulic oil. Hydraulic oil, is it coming due? It'll be soon coming due. I don't know what the recommended, is it 2,000 or 3,000 hours or what? I must look into that because that hydraulic oil has about 2,500 hours done on it. There was writing there where the hydraulic oil at 9,700 or 200, I can't read it, 9,000 and something hours. That's the time the pump was done. But yeah, we have done nothing else. We changed final drive oils. We'd always give it a fairly good service and service it on time. So it's just, it has cleaned up pretty well, to be fair. Yeah, so Aidan has a super job done and clean it up. I always like a nice clean cab in the digger. Now sometimes I would let it go. But it's lovely, take the mat out, power wash it out the windows, clean them, or out the bottom window, clean everything. Nice clean cab. It's a great start to your morning when you're on a digger. So what hours have we? 11,590.9. And this came with like 7,080. It was less than 7,100 anyways. 7 years ago. So that's kind of the digger hours we do. Now, this has never done any bog work. We put about 400 hours up in the year in the bog each year, I suppose. Thereabouts. So I suppose that's why for the years we have it, we haven't done mad hours. Like, what have we? 4,500 hours? 8, 9, 10, 11, 4,500 hours roughly speaking. But it just has been a good digger. Why are we changing it, or why do we change for the Volvo? Have I mentioned? I don't know. Main reason is Joe the brother has bought this digger, for anyone who hasn't got that from other videos. So he wanted a digger, and then I was like, oh, well, it could be a chance to change ours, because if I was holding on to this by Christmas, it needed an undercarriage. What I mean by undercarriage: chains, rollers, pads are fine, sprockets and idlers, because we never done anything with undercarriage in this, and be all original rollers and everything. So it just needs the full works. Probably needs a new quick hitch as well, because it's a single lock and hitch, and it's just gone. It's wore. It's fine. Again, it's fine for. It's not for the work Joe will be doing. Like, and I can see this digger being in the family for years. Joe's finished it. I could end up buying it off him for on the farm here at home for tipping around, because it's just a good, solid, reliable digger, and there isn't a drop of oil underneath it, and never was. You know, beyond the low loader there, and never a sign of oil under it, which is nice. The main pin down here, the main pin on the boom was line board, and it was line board up there when I bought it, because it was always a fault in these Hitachis, just soft, and these, there was no bushings in them, so you had to line board, and once the wear came, you just had to line board, and some of them were line board at 3 and 4, 5,000 hours. This got to 7. So as far as I know, the line board out, and they put in bushings in a pin, so the next time it goes now, and even the dash 5s and 6s and all them, you can pop out the pin and your bushings and replace them without line boarding them. The main pins on the boom and the dipper and that, so that's great job really. So anything else in the cab? We've a camera here, we'll put that in it ourselves. No, pretty straightforward, nothing special. Cab's in good shape in this, a couple of little blisters starting here and there, but nothing you couldn't say it's getting rusty like by any means. And you see in the last video Aidan polished it up, which it did really give it the paint a new lease of life, and I was glad to see that scratch. We want to touch that up maybe, I'd say. Now scratch 2 on the ballast weight never bothers me too much. Well, I'll try to keep them off the Volvo for now anyways, but yeah, so I piped this digger as well years ago myself. I got the kit off a fella, and I got the steel pipe gun barrel, and I bent it and everything. I actually put quite a bit of work into piping that. Got bent these pipes and made them up as well, cut them myself, and them fittings are like put a big olive on them, so they just tighten in and squeeze in. I didn't even think there was a fitting like that for hydraulics, to be honest, but done that myself 5 years ago, because that is when we bought the saw. Could be 5 or 6 years ago. Piped it, feed in return for the breaker, and it's on the pedal, and that's when we started the hedge cutting with it in. So yeah, we started off our main digger work had started with this digger. Our hedge cutting started with this digger, so there's definitely some fond memories on it, definitely. And we got, what else? We got the mulch for it in, so we piped this case drain as well. This only went on it last year, only the 1 year in the mulcher. I have to say, the Volvo, the 2 pumps aren't brought in it, but I am talking to lads, and I need to give them a bell back tomorrow. One lad in particular is telling me about bringing in the 2 pumps. There was a valve put into this digger, or a little job done this digger to combine the 2 pumps together constantly, and makes an absolute beautiful machine for hedge cutting. Lovely steady hydraulics, and just consistent, great power going out the whole time. Where the Volvo, I don't have it 100% yet, being honest. It's good as power in that, but I just don't have it 100%, but I am getting there. Anything else, like the digger, I put 2 fan belts in this digger, but I have never been in around the engine, down around it, or nothing like that. Never an oil leak or anything. They have to be one of the best engines made. I'll jump. That's little Isuzu engine, model number and all that, I wouldn't be too familiar with, but it's Isuzu 4-cylinder turbo engine, dry as a bone. As I said, I put fan belts in it. Never had the starter out, or alternator, nothing like that. Over 11,500 hours, and never missed a beat. There was a new exhaust put on, I think, when I bought it, right? Never done that, but they have to be one of the best engines made, and that's the old model Isuzu, the very last one before they brought in the common rail. So you've no DPF, you don't have a finicky old common rail engine, which I know maybe it's more modern and all that, the common rail, and might be for the better in some ways, but they're the old proven engine. Like, all you need is start that engine, power to the starter and the diesel solenoid, and away it'll go. And if your throttle effect up, you could literally go out with a bit of bale and twine or wire and tie the throttle on, and you can work away with it. Like, they don't have injector issues or anything like that. There's diggers with 25,000 hours on them with them engines in, and they're running perfectly. Not a bother, but that's it anyways, kind of on the digger. We might do a video of loading and bringing in all that, but that's it. And I hope you liked the video today, and don't worry, you'll see the digger again in some other video again. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Good luck.